ladies and gentlemen, or gentlemen, on your practice please. Please hold up. Practice is over. Once your scoring arrows appear, you'll be set for competition. Once again, thanks for everybody coming out, and good luck and good bowling to all.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the live coverage of the 2015 ITRC Super Senior Classic here in Green Bay. This is Matt Canizaro live behind lanes 33 and 34 here at the Schwabenon Bowling Alley. We've been here all week long for the USBC Masters, Senior Masters, and now the ITRC Super Senior Classic. So we've narrowed the field down from 73 to the top 18 based on 16 game pinfall totals, and those 18 will bowl 4 more games, and 20 game totals will determine the top 5 for the stepladder finals today at noon Eastern. So thanks for tuning in. We'll have all the details for you as we get settled in here, but we appreciate everybody being here early on this Wednesday morning. Appreciate everybody being here. Let's take a look at the standings here in just a minute. So coming into today's 18-player cashers round, top of the leaderboard, Tom Baker, USBC Hall of Famer, recently 60 years old, leading the way here at plus 364. Willie Wells had the high block of the day yesterday, day 2, included a 299 game. He's at plus 346. Sam Macarone, plus 267. Fourth place, Kerry Painter, the 2013 champion here and last year's runner-up, at plus 220. And in 5th position, coming into today, Mike Lucenti from Warren, Michigan, plus 128. So a little bit of separation there between second and third, and then fourth and fifth. But sixth and seventh, very close behind. Pete McCordick, plus 124. Paul McCordick at plus 123. And then eighth place, about half of that at plus 65. So Tom Baker said yesterday he's feeling pretty good, pretty comfortable with his chances at making the step ladder. The top 5 will advance after this 4-game set. All pinfall does carry over for the 20 games. So we'll see. We'll have updates for you as quickly as possible after each game. Right now you're watching game number 1 of 4. Mark Lineberry and Mr. Hunt here. Richard Hunt from Valparaiso, Indiana. Mark in 13th place at plus 19 coming in, and Richard at -2 is 15th overall. So definitely a lot of work for these two gentlemen to do here if they're going to find their way to the top 5. Again, that number at this point, plus 128. We do have a little bit different setup today. They're using alternating pairs here. Quiet in here today, being 8 a.m. and only 18 folks bowling right now, but 18 very motivated players. Off to our left is Lucente and Pete McCordick. To our right, Bill McCorkle and Ted Stakeoff. We'll have our stepladder coming up at noon Eastern. Special guest for that, scheduled to be Bill Spigner. So looking forward to that. Hopefully a little bit of excitement, just like we had with the Senior Masters. It's been a nice run for us here in Green Bay, the Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley. A terrific host. Made our first trip here in February for the USBC Masters. Jason Belmonte made history. by winning that event for the 3rd consecutive year. And we returned in May, where new USBC Hall of Famer Liz Johnson won her 2nd career Queens title. And Robin Romeo won the Senior Queens for the 2nd straight time. And we kicked this trip off with the Senior Masters, and Little Monticelli defeated Pete Weber twice to claim that title. If you missed any of that, you can see it in the archives on Bowl TV. Very exciting final match. Monticelli threw a strike in the 10th to lock up the title. Then we transition here to the Super Senior Classic. This is day 3. We had 8 games of qualifying each of the last 2 days. 16 game pinfall totals determined the 18 players who are here today. This is the first of 4 games here. Keep you posted on any changes in the standings. Right now, Tom Baker and Willie Wells, pretty sizable lead at plus 364 and plus 346 respectively. But we saw some big scores yesterday. Anything can happen, of course. To our right, Bill McCorkle striking. He's got 5 in a row. Trying to work his way back from a rough finish yesterday. He dropped to 16th at -7. So trying to get all of that back and more here in the opening game of this Cashers round. Right now, Steichoff looking for 3 in a row of his own. He's in 14th at -1. So a little bit of work to do there. Back to Lineberry and Hunt. Alright, here's McCorkle up, looking for 6 in a row here. A little bit high, leaves the 4-9. Alright, so game one coming to a close. Players already starting to move. Looks like Pete McCord finished strong in the 220s. Vicente trying to get there as well. Lineberry struggling a little bit here in the opening game. Hunt can still get you 233. Stykov will be in the 2-0s, 206, so he should get back to plus with that. Great shot there by Hunt for the double. Again, 233 max for him. McCorkle can get to 245. That'll be a huge start for the right-hander. Goes light, leaves the 2-pin. And the 10-pin does not cooperate for Hunt. Max score 212. So Hunt finishes with 212 here on our other pair. McCorkle 224, Stykov 206. All right, 173 for Lineberry. Now the players will move to their next pair of lanes here for game number 2. And we'll have that for you coming right up. All right, so here we go. Game 2. Ed Silva and Sam Macaron. Our other pair, Pete McCordick and Tom Baker. All right, here's McCordick stepping up. Alright, game 2 rolling along here. Again, you're watching live coverage of the 2015 ITRC Super Senior Classic here at the Schwabenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay. This is our third day of coverage of this event. Appreciate all the folks who have tuned in. Appreciate our Bowl TV regulars who have tuned in throughout the week and last week at the Senior Masters. Taking a look at the standings here after one game of this Cashers round. Tom Baker continues to lead at plus 379. Willie Wells close behind at plus 364, made up 3 pins in game 1. Sam Macaron up to 292. He had 225 in the opener. Kerry Painter still 4th, plus 234. And Mike Lucente at plus 153 is 5th right now. Pete McCordick, watching him step up right now on lane 37. Trying to get back on track here after a little bit of a slow start. McCordick at plus 145, so 8 pins out of the number right now. Paul McCordick falling behind at plus 104 is 7th. Tom Baker continuing to strike here. Gets the 2 to go there. And he's got 6 out of 7 here in game 2. If you want to check out the live scoring, again, you can visit bowl.com/supersenior. Or if you find our Facebook page, The Sport of Bowling USBC, I posted the live scoring link along with the link to today's live stream video. Top prize this week, $4,000. And total prize fund of more than $25,000. Alright, so these two players, Ed Silva down in 11th place at plus 34. He's 119 out of 5th right now. And again, Sam Macaron is 3rd overall at plus 292. So he's 72 pins out of 2nd place and almost 60 ahead of 4th. On our other pair, Baker really trying to put some distance between himself and Willie Wells. With that shot, Baker in the 270s. Willie Wells down on 17 and 18. Best he can shoot is 202. So Baker well on his way to earning that #1 seed here at the Super Senior Classic. Baker finishes with 277. And Macaron and Silva, each with opens in the 7th frame. Sam's going to go to the bag, try something different here. Just trying to hang on to that 3 spot. Gary Painter not bowling much better. Down on 13 and 14. Lucenti bowling well though, can get to 235. Pair to our left, Paul McCordick, a left-handed McCordick twin. Paul trying to fight his way into the top 5 at plus 104. Will not bowl 200 this game. Parkle trying to make moves. Shot 220 last game to get to plus 17. Now he's got a max score of 235. Pete McCordick finishes with 194, so he will lose 6 pins there. Alright, so 10th frame coming up here for Macaron and Silva. This game not going well. Vicente finishes with 235. So that puts him at plus 188. And he's making a run at Painter and Macaron right now. Macaron cannot get the 10 to go. His best right here is 160, so he's going to lose 40 pins. That'll put him at plus 250. As if he picks this up. Painter's going to be in the 180s. So game 3 and 4 could get interesting here, at least within the top 5. McCordics are going to have some work to do to get there. McCorkle looks like he's going to open in the 9th and 10th and go from a possible 235 to 180. Willie Wells walking by. Not thrilled with his game 2. Not sure that he knows that Tom Baker just pulled 270 to pull way, way ahead. Alright, so Silva 161, Macaron 159. This pair has not been good to our players here in game 2. And they'll make the move now. Game 3 coming up. Things moving quickly here. Again, you're watching live coverage of the 2015 International Training and Research Center Super Senior Classic. This is Matt Cannizzaro behind lanes 33 and 34 at the Schwabadon Bowling Alley. Been here all week long, and we'll have the exciting conclusion to the Super Senior Classic coming up at noon Eastern, right here on Bowl TV. Tom Baker not wasting any time, one pair to our left. Just wants to get this cashers round done with. He's well on his way to being the number 1 seed for the step ladder. This is his first event for 60-year-old players. He turned 60 just last month.
against the Banks.
Game 3 coming up here. Mike Henry and Steve Banks. We'll have the updated standings for you momentarily. Our other pair, Paul McCordick and Kerry Fulford. So we'll take a look at them in just a minute. Right now, Steve Banks and Mike Henry. Good shot there by Banks. Here's a look at the left-hander, Paul McCordick. Started with a double here. He's minus 77 on the day, though. So that can't be good for the overall and his run towards the top 5. All right, standings after 2 games of this Casters round. Tom Baker pulling ahead at plus 456. Willie Wells at 392. I'm sorry, 342. 342, so more than 100 back Sam Macaron at 251. $456 for Tom Baker, $342 for Willie Wells. $251 for Macaron. Painter at plus 219. And Mike Licenti close behind at plus 188. In sixth, trying to sneak in, Pete McCordick, plus 139. Seventh place, Lee Brochus at plus 77. And eighth place, Paul McCordick at plus 46. So with 2 games to go, almost safe to say that this is a 6, maybe 7 player race for the top 5 here. Steve Banks up on our featured pair. 33 and 34. He is at minus 87 overall. He's 18th in this 18 player cashers round. Mike Henry is 9th at plus 43. Again, if you want to check out the live scoring, see how folks across this center are doing, bowl.com/supersenior, go to the 2015 results, and you'll see the link to live scoring at the top of the page. Right now, Licenti down on 13 and 14. Has the first 3. Kerry Painter is on 21 and 22. Macaron on 25 and 6. Tom Baker struggling at a pair of opens in the first half of game 3. Looks like might be one more coming up here. He's on 29 and 30. And he picks up the 210. Willie Wells with 3 strikes in the first 5 frames. He's got more than 100 pins to make up on Baker in these last 2 games. Looks like we have a Bill McCorkle fan in the chat room, and Bill right now is at minus 3. It's only plus 4 on the day. He's in 12th place right now. So almost mathematically impossible, but he will do his best, I'm sure. Here's a look at Paul McCordick. Great shot there for the mixer. Again, we started this week with 73 players here at the ITRC Super Senior Classic. After 16 games of qualifying over 2 days, we narrowed that down to the top 18. And those 18 are bowling right now in the cashers round. So everybody will make some money here. And then After 4 games in this cashers round, the top 5 will advance to the step ladder. That will be at noon Eastern today here on Bowl TV. Top prize $4,000. Runner-up $3,000. Third place $2,400. Fourth place $2,000, and fifth $1,800. 18th place, our final cash spot, will be $700. And for 2 lucky super duper seniors who did not make the top 18, that's 70 plus players. We had 11 bowlers age 70 or older. And the top 2 out of the cut earned $350. So a total prize fund of more than $26,000. Fancy footwork there by Mike Henry. And the result, 7-10 split. Back to McCordick, looking for 3 in a row here. Again, he's at plus 46 right now, about 140 out. Trying to make up some ground after a slow start today. McCordick had just 323 in his first 2 games today. So if Banks can finish strong these next 2 games and creep up a couple of spots in the standings, each spot worth $25 more than the one before it. Right now he's 18th. The entry fee for this week's event, $400 in advance and $450 on site. So not a bad return for a couple days work if you make the top 18. Prize ratio 1 out of 4. It's a pretty solid return. So we get ready for the 9th and 10th here. Go back to Paul McCordick working on 4 in a row. And he's going to step off. The crowd getting a little rowdy here. Back to Mike Henry. Our other left-hander mixes them up. All right, here's McCordick back on the approach. And he gets number 5. He's in the 10th right now. Get to 239. Here's Banks. McCordick looking for 6 in a row. Willie Wells shot 212 with a 9 dash down on the high end. Sam Macaroon 235. Tom Baker 185. So Willie Wells will pick up a few pins, but probably not enough. Kerry Painter can get to the 2 teens as well. So we shouldn't see much movement going into game number 4. Baker, Wells, Macaron, Painter, and Lucente. All right, Banks 182, Mike Henry 163. Game 3 down, game 4 coming right up. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, the final game of the casters round here at the 2015 ITRC Super Senior Classic. This is Matt Canizaro live at the Schwabenon Bowling Alley here in Green Bay. And we'll have our standing sheet out in just a moment and see if there's going to be any change. So far today, Tom Baker taking a commanding lead over Willie Wells. In third place, Sam Macaron, followed by 2013 champion Kerry Painter. And that fifth spot is where the questions are. Mike Lucente trying to hold off the rest of the field. Pete McCordick trying to charge in there. We'll have all those numbers for you here in just a moment. On our featured pair here, Lee Brocious, plus 31 on the day. Trying to make a late charge. On our other pair, there's Willie Wells. Had 299 yesterday. Had the lead at 2 different times. But Tom Baker snuck past him in the final game. And Baker hasn't looked back so far today. Willie Wells with the open frame. He would have a lot of work to do if he's going to catch Baker. Baker down on 21 and 22 right now. After this game, we'll have probably just over an hour until the step ladder. It's been a fun couple of weeks here in Green Bay for a lot of these players. They came out for the Senior Masters. 3 days of qualifying there. Cut to the top 63, plus our defending champ for the double elimination match play bracket. That event concluded Sunday. Amleto Monticelli defeating top seed Pete Weber twice to win the title. And the Super Senior Classic kicked off Monday with 8 games of qualifying. 8 more games yesterday. Field was cut from 73 down to 18 for our cashers round. That's what you're watching right now. 4 games in the march to the top 5 for the stepladder finals. That'll be at noon Eastern today. All right, getting to our halfway point here in our final game. Lee Brocious looking to make a late charge here. Big double there. Unofficially our top 5. And now officially our top 5. Tom Baker plus 441. Willie Wells plus 354. Sam Macaron plus 286. Kerry Painter plus 232. Mike Vicente plus 221. And Pete McCordick a distant 6th at plus 141. So McCordick 80 pins back. Lee Brocious in 7th at plus 86. Probably not going to get there, but not from lack of effort as he throws 3 in a row there. 6th place this week, worth $1,600. Be a nice couple weeks for Pete McCordick, who bowled well at the Senior Masters. And now here at the Super Senior Classic. Pete, the Southwest Director for the PBA. So he'll be back at work this coming weekend. I believe a few weekends in a row, PBA regional events. So there you have it. Baker, Wells, Macaron, Painter, and Lucente. All right, so getting close to the end of game number 4 here. Willie Wells finishes with 207. So he is not likely going to catch Tom Baker here. Pete McCordick down on 17 and 18, clean through 5. Looks like, but no strikes so far. So his efforts in catching Lucente probably not going to work out. Kerry Painter still can get to the 240s. Sente has 240 out there as well. So him and Painter could flip-flop. Either way, they'd bowl each other. So all they're bowling for right now is lane choice, really. Still possible for one or both of them to catch Macaron. We'll have the top 5 posted on our Facebook page, Sport of Bowling USBC. Done here on our featured pair. Everybody else still bowling. So we'll have our final frames coming up here across the house, and our step ladder scheduled for noon Eastern, about an hour and a half from now. We appreciate everybody tuning in to today's broadcast. That was the Cashers round at the ITRC Super Senior Classic. 18 players narrowed down to 5 now for the step ladder. We'll have that for you coming up. Thanks for tuning in. This is Matt Canizaro live at the Schwabenheim Bowling Alley. That's the news for now, folks. Check our Facebook page, Sport of Bowling USBC, to see how the shakedown happened and who the top 5 will be. Thanks for tuning in.